Alright, so now on to your decorative beads or supplies. So embroidery floss, yes, I have a lot. That's because I bought one of the nice big packs over at Walmart, and they're like 15. They had a whole bunch of different colors. They had ones that were more muted, well, not muted, but more like the traditional navies and cherry reds, you know, traditional colors. Whereas I went for the ones with like the bright colors because I like those colors versus, you know, just, yeah. So you can either buy them in big packs or you can buy them like individually, like this. So individually by color as you need it. So say you buy a big pack and has a majority of your colors, you may need to buy some individually. So Walmart has some packs and has some individual ones, but not a lot individual. Michaels definitely does because they have a whole assortment. And Fabricland has like a whole like round rack and has like all the colors of the rainbow. So others, if you're doing embroidery floss and you want to use metallic, which I did, rule of thumb, if you're using metallic, sew that down first before any other color because the metal literally will come off the thread because it's like metal wrapped around, I don't know, I think this is polyester because it says polyester. So if you're doing metal, which is, you know, fine, you can do whatever, there's no right or wrong, make sure to sew this in the designated area first before any other colors because otherwise it's gonna start falling apart and puckering and ripping and all that stuff, and it's not nice. You can also use ribbons. So you can use plain ribbon, and embroidering with ribbon is actually called stump work. So if you want to look those up, they can be really, really nice because they're graphical. They're not just like a 2D, they're like 3D. You can actually come off the canvas or whatever you're sewing. Or you can use some ribbons that are not so traditional, but I don't know how well these are going to go through your canvas. You may have to like put it flat onto the canvas and just tack it down. And what's really nice is you can get some really neat novelty ribbons, and they have lots of awesome textures. Alright, so up next, we have a couple places to get beads, and there's different sizes, there's different types. Generally, they're all glass, like ones that are made in Czechoslovakia, like Czech. These are some of the craft ones that you can get at Dollarama. They have ones that are kind of made out of like pearlized nuggets. So these get like really interesting shapes, but again, they're small, so they're not gonna flip around and stuff on your canvas. Different colors. These are pretty standard, so I don't really use these much. I like to go for like the specific colors. So sometimes they're solid small or medium. I like to call medium. Or they have like a whole bunch of really nice mixed ones that are all in the same color scheme, or it's like the whole rainbow. So those are $1 each at Dollarama. You can also try other dollar stores like Dollar Tree, which has actually just recently come up to Canada. It's usually a store branch that's in the United States. Here's some nice ones from Walmart. And as you can see, they have some really nice metallic ones that have like different tones. So this one looks more gold and this one looks more silver. And these are about $1.98 each, I believe. And then you have your really nice Fabricland ones. Now they come in different sizes. So there's a small, and regular prices is like $3.98, and then the large ones I think are like $5.98 or double this price. But Fabricland always, like, it's ridiculous. They always have sale prices, so always make sure to check those out. They have flyers like all the time, discounts on like almost 80% of the stock that they have in store. And what's really good too is they have a discount membership, so you can either get the 1 or the 3-year, and it gives you an extra discount on it. So then you can get it like up to like 80% off, I'm pretty sure. So that's really nice. I really like these ones, like these long metallic ones. And if you're choosing metallics, especially golds, silvers are pretty standard, but golds, always make sure to check with an actual gold carat of some carat to make sure it's accurate, because a lot of times fake gold tends to look very yellow or orangey, and it's just, to me, that makes your project or whatever it is look very tacky and fake, and you want to give it value, and that's just me. There's also different kinds of metal beads, and as you can see my little assortment, there's shells, there's wood, these are actually walnut, these are some Asian coin replicas, these are made out of shell, so they got a whole bunch of different colors. They have these ones right here. Now they only go through the tops, but if you don't want it to flip around on the canvas, just tack it on. So there's always ways to work around it. Sequins can come in little bags. I've taken off like the little top that came with it. Dollar Tree had these. These are really nice. These are assorted sequins. Now, if you're doing a project and you only want, like, say, one color, you need to make sure that, depending on how far spaced you want it, or how, like, close together, you may have to buy, like, so many packages if you're only using, like, this one color, you know, because there's only so much in there, so you don't want to run out and then like, oh, I have to go to the store, and then they've, you know, for some random reason they've run out. So always rule of thumb, stock up in advance if you think you're going to use more than what's already there. And for $1, it's really worth it, because I wouldn't want to run out. So those ones are for Dollar Tree, and these ones are the ones on string from Dollarama. So if you want like little strings running through or curving or whatever like that, these are already on string, so it's just a matter of making sure your thread isn't seen underneath and just tacking it as you go. Whereas these ones, you sew them individually, either like crusty, or you can sew individuals with like a little bead coming out on top. So it depends, because it's a lot easier to buy them individually and loose and manipulate them that way than have to take a whole string apart, because it just involves extra work. So the other items that you can use are non-traditional. You know, this is from like an avocado, or like they have the onion bags. You can just cut this and just tack it in like a big corner if you want it really 3D and to pop off, or you can lay it flat and then embroider a whole bunch on and then just have this showing through, like if you want like seaweed, something abstract. You know, your pop tabs. If you're from the States, you've probably never seen a bag of milk, or you'll recognize these. These are from like bread tabs for like your bread, so you can use those as beads. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So the rule of thumb is, if you can find a way to tack it on to your canvas and it's not like bulky and heavy, like you're not going to take like an actual super large industrial hammer and just tack it on your, you know, board, because it's way too heavy. So it's got to be like such a size or such a lightness, or like this, it's malleable. I can change it to whatever form I want, and it's super light, so I can tack this onto my canvas no problem. So weight, size, and yeah, just weight and size. So anything goes. It doesn't have to be, you know, traditional. Just go crazy. What's other, just another random one, studs. But with the studs, there's these little, let me take one out for you guys. There's these little tongs that go like right into the fabric, and the larger those are, it's going to dig in and separate. So the larger those are, the more likely your fabric's going to pucker, and you don't really want that. So, but they are really nice. Like, this is just like that silver black kind of square. And these can be expensive unless you're getting it on a bargain. These are from the Leather Supply Depot in Toronto, and this little bag costs $3. But they do have some really interesting shapes. They even have like white, black, metallic. This is $3.50 for some silver stars. So, go out there, go hunting, find yourself some bargains. Great places to shop are Dollarama, Dollar Tree, or any dollar store, Fabricland, Michael's Craft Store, and Walmart. Those are like my top finds for finding some great awesome stuff. And if you want some unique beads, like surplus stuff with interesting shapes, go to Toronto and check out those beading shops. They have a whole bunch of awesome stuff. And the Leather Sewing Supply Depot. Okay? Bye.